MTG Scoundrels, it's in the cardboard. Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Modern Weekly. Today on the docket, we have Mono Blue Merfolk versus Boros Energy. Starting off with an island in passing. This Boros Energy list has been taking the entire Modern format by storm. Pun intended, because Storm is also running rampant in the format. Looks like we have an Aether Hub into a Guide of Souls. Aether Hub, of course, from the Kaladesh block. And Guide of Souls, the brand new one-drop from Modern Horizons 3. There's a Tide Shaper turning the Aether Hub into an island. Passing the turn. Drawn. Another Aether Hub. Producing an energy. Freeing up a little bit of colored mana. Looks like using the energy. Dashing a Ragavan. Triggering the Guide of Souls. Bring us to 21 to 18 after this attack. If there are no blocks. Yep, no blocks. Making a treasure. Card exiled from the top of the Merfolk player's library there. Dash Dragavan goes back to hand and passing the turn. Odawara, land for turn. Tapping 2 for a Lord of Atlantis. Getting in. Looks like dismembering the Guide of Souls. Taking 4. Getting in for 3 with the Tide Shaper. Guide of Souls down. Passing the turn. Another Aether Hub. Getting an energy. That's one thing about these energy lists. There's a lot to keep track of. There is a Guide of Souls. And a dashed monkey, gaining 1 life. Gaining an energy. Attacking. Card gets exiled, treasure gets made. Ragavan goes back to hand, passing the turn. And there is a Rashadan Dockhand. And looks like Tideshaper and the Lord of Atlantis getting in here. And pumping the team with the Hexcatcher. Phelia coming in at the end step here, gaining a life, creating an energy. Of course, Phelia being one of the new wonderful cards from Modern Horizons 3, and obviously the best doggo. Granted, truth of the matter is everybody's doggo is the best doggo. Drawing for turn there. Sitting at 12 to 13 after the life gain from Phelia. Difficult decision here. Using an energy, hard casting Ragavan, gaining life, gaining an energy. Guide of Souls, a little busted. Using an energy, casting a Static Prison. Gaining 2 energy, exiling target creature. Decision here to be made for the Merfolk player. Could in fact sacrifice a Merfolk to try to counter the Static Prison. Instead of using the Voldaren Hexcatcher's ability, using Flare of Denial, another new card from Modern Horizons 3, probably best used in these Merfolk decks. Attacking in with Phelia. Targeting the Tideshaper. Aether Hub is now unlocked. Using the Aether Hub. Using the energy. Casting a Galvanic Discharge. Targeting the Lord of Atlantis. So gaining 3 energy, and then deciding how much to spend on it. If it resolved. It did not resolve. Sacking the Hexcatcher to protect the Lord of Atlantis there. And there's the Harbinger of the Seas, the new Blood Moon effect, coming from Modern Horizons 3. Attacking in for 3 here. Bringing us to 10 to 11. Of course, Harbinger of the Seas makes everything an island instead of a mountain. Which is pretty helpful against removal. Tax being declared. Failure trigger. Balancing the Harbinger. Getting in for 4. Monkey trigger. Crack in the treasure. And 2. Cast Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter of the Guard, brand new to the modern format, thanks to, you guessed it, Modern Horizons 3. A card a lot of Taxes players have been wishing would come to the format for a long time. Recruiter finding an amped raptor here. And of course, we gained an energy and a life off of the Guide of Souls. Using the energy and the land to cast Static Prison, gaining 2 energy, exiling the Lord of Atlantis, and passing the turn. Static Prison, of course, the most recent O-Stone effect. Excuse me, not O-Stone. Oblivion Ring effect. Attacking in. Taking 6 here after the flashed in Hexcatcher. Paying for Static Prison. Well, tried to use the Aether Hubs here, but unfortunately, Harbinger of the Seas. Looks like to use the lands, Phalia is going to have to attack in and blink the Harbinger. Good catch by the Merfolk player there. This is how you start. Attack in with at least Phalia. Difficult decisions, though, considering what could be attacking coming back. Gotta have a way to get rid of that Harbinger of the Seas here, because Island Walk is a problem. Phalia targeting the Harbinger of the Seas, blinking it. Mutavault being activated now that it's no longer an island. Currently a 3/3, killing the Ragavan. Casting the Amped Raptor, getting 2 energy. getting another energy and a life off of Guide of Souls. Hitting and a Johnny. This, of course, being one of the new flip planeswalkers from the set. Comes in with a 2/1 cat. Surveil land for turn, it looks like. No, excuse me, that's an Inspiring Vantage. Guide of Souls, trigger. Gain a life and an energy. Passing the turn. Has quite the board presence that the energy deck has managed to throw together here in response to that Harbinger. Phelia really showing its power. And the Merfolk player scoops it up. Game 1 going to Boros Energy. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. If you're looking for individual games in this match, you can check the description below. There's timestamps, as well as general deck lists for the individual players. And if you're interested in picking up some tokens, our friends here might be as well. Check out our friends over at Arcane Artistry. They make some wonderful food, clues, and treasures in the wonderful stained glass style. Link to their Etsy below in the description. Probably bringing in some more removal if I'm the red-white energy deck. Though you already have access to Phlage and Galvanic Discharge. It's a bit hard to cast Phlage when there's a Harbinger of the Seas on the board. So I'd be bringing in a little bit more removal. You're also playing that Static Prison that was newly printed in Modern Horizons 3, and that card is very powerful for 1 mana. Especially when you already have Guide of Souls out, just creating an abundance of energy. If I'm the Merfolk player, wouldn't be surprised if I bring in some Dismembers. Really just try to take advantage of any stumble that the Boros Energy deck makes. Of course, this is Will's umpteenth time on the channel here running Merfolk. He's also run Scam and Is It Murktide. And this is Ryan's first time on the channel rocking the red-white energy deck. Ryan, of course, another beloved member of our community, loves to play Death and Taxes in some form. And honestly, this red-white energy deck is the closest thing to Death and Taxes that's been really relevant in the format in a while. Let us know in the comments below what decks you're looking forward to now after the Pro Tour. Nadu really showed how strong it is. And here we go, starting Game 3. Island Pass. Mountain Pass. It's a pretty good start for the red-white energy deck, considering Harbinger of the Seas exists. There is a Master of the Pearl Trident. And looks like on the end step here, Galvanic Discharging the Pearl Trident. There's a plains. Into an Ajani. Bringing with it a 2/1 cat token. Mutavault for the Merfolk player. Tide Shaper. Probably targeting the plains there. Yep. So it is now a 2/2. Thanks to the opponent controlling an island. There's an Amped Raptor into a Static Prison. Exiling the Tide Shaper. That's a heck of a way to get this started. Attacking him for 3. What a board presence. Amped Raptor really showing its power here. Looks like paying 3 life. For one of the MDFCs from the new set into a Lord of Atlantis, attacking him for 3 with the Mutavault, bringing us to 14 to 17. Static Prison trigger, spending the energy. There's an Aether Hub, gaining an energy. And there's a phlage. Dealing 3, gaining 3. Getting rid of the Lord of Atlantis. Attacking him for 5. Untapping and drawing here. Tapping 2. Casting a Harbinger of the Seas. Casting an Aether Vial, passing the turn. Static Prison trigger. Good catch by the Merfolk player. Attacking in for 4. Interesting choice not to attack him with the Ajani. Bring us to 5 to 20. Tapping a red. Casting a Ragavan. Tapping 2. Casting another Ajani. Creating another cat token. Triggering the Ajani. Flipping it into the Planeswalker side. That is a very interesting play pattern there. Reality is one of these Ajanis should be dead. Because of the legend rule. But ultimately, Merfolk players scooping it up. They're far enough behind on board here. this game set match going to Boros Energy. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Tell us what decks you would like to see coming up here in the Modern Horizons 3 version of Modern. And we will see you next week.